you're ready for today's podcast. We're going to have lots of fun. Guess what? Today is a very special episode because it features the graduates of 2020 from Park Forest Elementary. Boys and girls all around,
get your bodies ready now!
Get ready for the graduation episode of our podcast. Following the guidance from Governor John Bel Edwards, all East Baton Rouge Parish schools and facilities have been closed to the general public. As a result, virtual learning has begun through technology integration efforts. We hope you enjoyed class this week, continuing distance education. Pirates! Ready for class to begin. This episode is very special indeed. We'll be interviewing some of our graduates. We'll be getting some of their perspective to see how it felt to have to experience virtual learning as we know it today. And we'll have a very special guest to end our show today. Are you ready?
Yes!
I can't hear you. Are you ready?
Yes!
I like it. Let's jump into it. Our first interviewee is a very special student indeed.
Right, and here joining me today is our Student of the Year for 2019-2020 at Park Forest Elementary, Creative Sciences and Arts Magnet. Give it up for Miss Isabella Udoko. How are you?
I am so great, Miss Gibbs.
That's awesome. First, I want to say thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. It is really an honor to be able to interview with you. So, how are you feeling today?
Well, I am very excited and grateful.
Awesome. Well, I am grateful to have you on board today. It's truly an honor to interview you today, and I can't wait to get your responses and see what you think about the questions we are going to ask today. So without further ado, here we go. Now, as Student of the Year at Park Forest Elementary, what was your reaction when you learned that you had been chosen as the Student of the Year for 2019-2020 at our school?
I was very excited and emotional at the same time because I imagined myself being the Student of the Year, but not actually becoming the Student of the Year. So when I became the Student of the Year, I was very happy, and it was just an awesome time.
Tell me this. What was your family's reaction when they learned that you were, in fact, the Student of the Year?
They were very happy and excited for me. I got flowers from them, lots of love, hugs. They were really proud of me. I don't know what I would do if I hadn't gotten the support from my mom and my dad, my cousins, my uncles, my aunts, my brothers and sisters. I don't know what I would do because my life pretty much revolves around my family. So anything that goes on, it has to be with my family. And so I'm just really grateful that God has put me in this family, because this family is like the most awesome, most caring, most supportive family I've ever had.
Awesome. I am so glad you have gotten so much support and cheers from your family. And we are definitely grateful to have you a part of our family as a pirate. So thank you as well for that. Now, because of the pandemic known as the coronavirus, school as we know it has changed and we've embraced a new normal. Tell me, what was this experience like for you?
Well, most of the time it's not convenient for me to come to class, and because being at home makes everything more difficult because you have family members around the house talking, playing, watching TV, and so there's a lot of commotion, and so you have to try and tune it out. So it's really hard to be at home to work because I'm used to being on the computer for homework, not necessarily for work that we're doing in class time.
I completely understand that, and that's pretty impressive that you were able to block out the distractions and still get the job done. So that is very commendable that you were able to embrace the challenge and still continue and be able to transition on to 6th grade. So awesome. Now, I hear you are a member of the famous Singing Pirates, all right? And you even managed to score a lead solo this year while you guys were touring. Tell me this, what was it like seeing yourselves on our local news station at WAFB on the news outlet? Also with performing for the mayor at her house, caroling, even performing for and making history, I should say, with the newly inducted Judge Ron Johnson.
It was a whole lot of fun being able to hang out with my besties and pretty much expanding my vocal cords and going places that I never knew that I would be able to go to. Like, I never knew I was gonna get so close to a judge. I never knew I was gonna actually go visit the mayor. I never knew I was gonna actually sing in the Mall of Louisiana. So having all those things happen to me, it was like something new for me. So it was pretty exciting to have something new. But that really wouldn't have happened if Miss Gibbs, our music teacher, wasn't here to pour her whole heart out and work without her kids after school hours to teach us about music and our vocal cords.
Awesome sauce. Well, thank you so much for the shout out. That was awesome. You guys are awesome as an ensemble, and I couldn't be more proud to be your teacher. Believe me, okay? You guys are definitely some of the coolest musicians I have ever worked with. So thank you as well, okay? Now, this year, no problem. This year, because of the social distancing order, we had to make sure that we stay at home and we couldn't have any social gatherings and so on. So that included award ceremonies and even graduation. What was your initial expectation of what a virtual graduation and a drive-through graduation would have been like? And then tell me, what was it like when you actually got there and saw everything and experienced?
For me, a virtual graduation is where you sit on Microsoft Teams and they would tell you how much of a pleasure we have been to them and how much they're gonna miss us and stuff. But the virtual graduation that I've experienced, it was a big surprise because I've never thought of a virtual graduation actually being where you can't actually see your teachers. Like, you can't really talk to them. It's something that you just stare at and you graduated. The virtual graduation, I was just really happy that we had it, because if we hadn't had it, it would be a whole nother ball game. And so with the drive-through graduation, that was my most favorite part, because I actually got to see Miss Wright, Miss Cade, Miss Gibbs, all of the teachers, and I got my awards. I got the principal award, I got my mask, I got my promotion, all the good stuff. And so I was really grateful to actually come back to the school to see my teachers and tell them how much I am thanking them for pouring out their entire hearts to the students of Park Forest. And I'm so happy that they were here to support us in our time of need. And I really want to thank Miss Wright and Miss Mitchell for keeping Park Forest the best school that I've ever been to in my entire life. I wanted to also thank the teachers and staff for being there for us when we don't understand, and I'm so glad the teachers have had our backs this school year. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Awesome. You actually jumped ahead and did it for me. I was going to ask you if you had any well wishes to send to your teachers, but I appreciate you taking the time and the initiative to say it, because you weren't afforded the opportunity to do it. So I appreciate that. Now tell me this, what do you look forward to about 6th grade?
Well, I look forward to, my main mission is to become a medical doctor. So I just really look forward to the next puzzle in my life. I want it to be like a new chapter, a new phase in my life. I want it to be like I have just started my life back over in middle school.
Awesome. Well, we are definitely excited to cheer you on to your next level. Now, for your last question, well, more or less, this is a statement from you. What would you say to the new 5th grade class?
Listen to your teachers. That is the most important thing. You need to listen to your teachers or you will fail. So I don't want to scare you guys, but 5th grade, you might think it's tough, but 5th grade is really easy to do. You just got to do your work, ace your tests, and listen to your teachers. So that's pretty much it.
That was some great advice. Thank you so much. And I hope that our new 5th grade class take heed to your advice that you have given them, because I'm sure that it will take them a very long way. So I want to thank you so much for your time today. Our interview was very intriguing, enlightening, and I hope that it was also fun for you just as much as it was for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, congratulations again from all of us at Park Forest. Again, thank you, our Student of the Year 2019-2020, Miss Isabella Udoko.
Thank you, Miss Gibbs, and all the teachers and staff.
Bye-bye.
And now we have a very special interview coming up. These two young ladies are what we call ambassadors. What is an ambassador? An ambassador is someone who speaks on behalf of the school. They are able to interact with you and tell you all the great things so that you will want to come too. Sadly, we won't be able to call them our ambassadors anymore because they have graduated. On to 6th grade, all former ambassadors. Give it up for our girls.
Hey, here we go. I would like to introduce everyone out there on the pirate ship to our ambassadors. Well, our former ambassadors, I should say, because now they are our 5th grade graduates going into the 6th grade, Miss Amelia Hill and Miss Jocelyn Reyes. Wave at the camera for us, guys. Awesome. I am so happy to have you guys on our podcast today, and I am so excited to be able to interview you guys. I hope you're ready to have fun and do some good again, back and forth. Okay? Ladies, tell me, what was it like knowing that your class was named the COVID class of 2020, meaning class of very important dreamers by Principal Wright? Amelia, I'll start with you. What was that like learning that your class was given that name?
It felt good because we are important dreamers. That's how we got to 5th grade, because we are important.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Now, Miss Jocelyn, tell me your take on it. How was it learning that your class was given this name by Principal Wright?
It was really cool, and it kind of just made me feel like, well, even though there's a lot going on right now, they're still there to support us, and we can still chase our dreams, even though that the whole virus that's going on right now, we can still chase our dreams at home.
I love it. Thank you so much for your responses, ladies. Now, because of the pandemic, you mentioned, Ms. Reyes, known as the coronavirus, school as we know it has changed. Tell me, what is it like? What is your experience embracing the new normal for school right now? Tell me, what was it like? Jocelyn, I'll start with you, and then I'll go to Miss Amelia.
It was kind of weird to get accustomed to, going to class on your phone or on your computer or whatever that you use to get into class. But it was still pretty cool because you can be comfortable at home and still be learning, and just feeling that you have other people there that are going through the same thing as you, and that you're not alone, and just learning in general, because learning is really cool.
So tell me this, because I know both of you have younger siblings and even older siblings. So how was it to block out all the background noise and to be able to still stay motivated as well as challenged to still complete your assignments and focus in class online, of course? Tell me first, Amelia.
It felt weird because mostly my sister comes, and my younger sister, she would ask for help with her work, and I couldn't help her because I was in my class doing my work. So it felt weird because normally I could help her, but now I couldn't.
Awesome. Now, Jocelyn, I know you have younger siblings as well as older siblings. Tell me, what was it like juggling that?
It was really weird because sometimes when I didn't have class, my oldest sister, who is in college right now, she would be testing while I was in class, or my brother would just be running around playing his game. So it was a lot of noise, and I would just try to go to like a quiet corner in my house so that I could actually learn and pay attention. It was very hard, but it was also fun because I get to be around my family while I'm learning.
Awesome. That's a fair answer. I appreciate that. Now, let me ask you both this, okay? What if we have to continue our new normal for school, like virtual learning? What if we have to continue that into the fall semester of school? How would you be impacted going into 6th grade learning online?
I would be impacted by family coming in and talking about the news, or being loud, or just coming in acting crazy. So it would be hard to focus.
I'm sure it will be a challenge overall, regardless. But I would like to ask you guys, as being our ambassadors, what does a student have to do to become an ambassador for Park Forest Elementary Creative Sciences and Arts Magnet School? Either of you can go first.
The first thing you need to have is good grades. If you don't have good grades, they wouldn't pick you because you're not keeping up with your work at all. Anyway, you have to have good behavior, because without good behavior, they wouldn't trust you to do what you have to do. And then you have to be honest. If you're not honest, if something goes on, and you don't tell them and you're not honest, they're not gonna know that this happened.
And what about you, Jocelyn?
What it takes to become a magnet ambassador for our school is to have good grades and also being able to talk to people and being able to explain your ideas correctly and in a way that everybody can understand what you're saying, and also just being a scholar student, not getting in trouble and being disrespectful to the people around you and the adults around you.
I think that was a key thing that you said, speaking on behalf of your school. So you have to be able to engage with other people to tell them about the school. So I really like that. All right. And also, I like how you said, you used the word trust, Amelia, that your teachers have to trust you to be able to be chosen. So I like both of your answers. It was very interesting. And now I know what it will take to become a magnet ambassador for Park Forest. What grade level did you guys begin your academic journey at Park Forest Elementary? Jocelyn?
I started in 4th grade.
What about you, Miss Amelia? What grade level did you begin your academic journey at Park Forest Elementary?
I came to Park Forest Elementary when I was in 4th grade.
I know that you guys, your journey has been very, very impactful now that you are a part of the pirate ship, okay? Since you were ambassadors for our school, what would you tell someone, okay, to get them to be convinced that our school is the best elementary magnet school to attend, especially that you guys have come from other schools? What would you guys tell someone to invoke them to want to register their student, or say, Mommy, Daddy, please, you gotta register me at Park Forest Elementary? Amelia, let's start with you.
I would tell them that this school is amazing. They have excellent teachers, excellent staff, excellent principals and assistant principals, and that the school is pretty nice. Everything's working and nice.
Awesome. Miss Reyes, what about you?
I just feel like the way that the school is run, everybody's very respectful to each other, and the academics that we normally push each other to our limits and always try to do our best in class, and our teachers, they always try to help us with reading or whatever we're having issues with, and I feel like that's really amazing, and it's a really crucial part in having a good and well-running school.
You guys got a chance to see your teachers send you well wishes. Is there any well wishes that you would like to send to your teachers? And what would you say to the new 5th grade class?
One of the well wishes I would like to send to my teachers is thank you for always being there for me and for supporting me through my journey of 5th grade. And also thank you for pushing me to my limits and pushing me to different extents that I didn't know I could get to. And for the 5th grade class, I just want to let them know that it's going to be a hard year because they're getting to a point where they're getting mature and older, and they have to get used to that, and that they should try their best even when they don't feel their best, and to be respectful to everyone and just to have fun in 5th grade.
I love it. You said something important. Do your best even though you may not feel your best. That's some good advice.
First, I would like to thank all the teachers for keeping up with us because we were bad. And that we were very smart though, and we kept pushing to learn more and more each day. And for the students, you have different responsibilities and more, and they're harder. So keep up and good luck to teachers and students.
You guys are a part of our school choir, the famous Singing Pirates. And the reason why I say famous is because you guys have been requested by some of the top people in the Baton Rouge area. You guys have been on tour in elementary school. Tell me, what was it like to experience all of that in elementary school?
Doing something that I love at such a young age, because I feel like I had different opportunities than my older sister, who also sings, because she did what I'm doing in college and I'm doing it right now in elementary school, which was really cool. And I really liked going to the judges initiation, I think that's how you say it. It was really cool because I want to be a judge when I'm older, so it just gave me a little taste of, it gave me a little of a reason of to why I want to do it.
It was just super fun, and how everyone was amazing singers and everyone was treated correctly. It was just fun.
Awesome sauce. Well, coming from your former music teacher and fellow musician, I must say that this has been such a delight for me to have such great musicians to have worked with. You guys definitely came in with excitement. Sometimes our rehearsals got a little iffy because we definitely were learning what it takes to be able to have performances like the ones that we have had in our school year. So I definitely want to thank you guys for being a part of such great history and such a great thing at our school. And I want to thank you so much for joining us today. You guys have been great. I hope you guys are ready to continue watching the pirate ship throughout the summer, because we definitely will be on the tube. Thank you guys once again to our former ambassadors. Congratulations on your new academic journey. I'll bid you bye-bye.
Now for our special guest. Just as promised, we have some very important people who would like to talk to you. They are our admin staff. Give it up for them. They are excited to be here on the pirate ship.
We have some special guests joining us today. We have our admin quartet. We are only missing one, but we definitely are happy to see our smiling ladies. Let's introduce everyone. First, we have Miss Brooks, who is our IDEA Intervention Specialist. Wave at the camera for us. Then we have Miss Jones, who is our Magnet Technology Specialist. Good job. Next up, we have our Assistant Principal, Miss Mitchell. Wave at the camera. And without further ado, we have our grateful principal, Miss Wright. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today. How did you guys come up with the virtual and also drive-through graduation for our students? I'd like to start with Miss Wright. Miss Wright, can you answer that for me, please?
So we were trying to think of something for our students that would be a little different, but it really wasn't different because everybody started to do something. But everything that they were doing, it was basically for high school or middle school or something like that. We wanted to have something we could send out to the students, so we decided to do a video first. We spoke with the photographer who came in like at the beginning of the year and took pictures of all of our students. And I called and I was like, can you give me these pictures? Can you release these pictures to us? And she was gracious enough to say yes. She brought me a CD with every child's picture. So we had to find a way to use that to our advantage. We couldn't take graduation pictures, so we figured this would be the best way to do something to honor our kids at this time.
Everybody in the city will know that our Park Forest children, one graduated, one was missed by their teachers and everything. It was one of those things where we just wanted to work together to get those signs shown. So yes, the signs was one of the things we did in the drive-through. We also talked about the other giveaways. So I'm gonna throw it back to Miss Wright.
Well, before we get into that, I'd like to ask you guys, what was your reaction during the drive-through? Because I know we have went months without seeing our students and even our parents face to face. So tell me, what was that like seeing our students at a safe distance, of course, after such a long time, seeing their big smiles and also seeing their happy tears? What was that like, Miss Brooks? Can you break it down for me?
It was so amazing. It was so fun. And we all missed the kids. So just seeing them come through, excited, knowing that they were gonna get a glimpse of us. We couldn't hug. They wanted hugs. So we did virtual hug, well, hands off hugs. And so it's fun and exciting just to see them and see the smiles on their faces. It was really, really fun.
I like the way you say hands off hugs. I'm gonna have to use that in my class. Like, guys, hands off hugs.
Yes.
That's really cool. It really was exciting to the kids. We've gotten some feedback from them, and they definitely felt in a celebrity status, if you will, with the cheers, with the saluting, with the woohoo. So that definitely was a good thing for the students as well. So it was great hearing your feedback as well to see how it was for you. Now, um, some of the gifts you guys mentioned about the yard signs, but tell me, what were some of the gifts that the students actually got from our school as a parting gift to say congratulations? Miss Jones, can you help me answer that?
I sure can. So I'm so glad Mrs. Wright just showed you some of the yard signs that our kids got. That was for our kinder, first, second, third, and fourth grade students. But what we didn't get to mention yet was we had our pre-K graduation at 10 a.m. and we had our fifth grade graduation at 12 o'clock. Those parents drove through with cars decorated, blowing their horns, students standing through the sunroof, and in return, as they drove through our graduation drive-through, each student, pre-K and fifth grade, got graduation yard signs with their pictures on them. The students went crazy. You can go all through Baton Rouge, especially in the Park Forest community, and you can see the graduation yard signs in students' yard. They also got their promotion certificates, but the big reveal was the Park Forest mask. Each student got a Park Forest mask, either it was white or they even had a choice of getting the blue mask as some of their parting gifts.
Oh my gosh, that was super cool. That will allow our students to be able to have a banner to say, I went to the best elementary magnet school in Baton Rouge, and look at this cool yard sign that I have. I will say that the headshot on the yard sign definitely was epic to me. And the mask is another way that the kids can practice their safety as well while showing everyone that they were a part of something great here at our school. Now, the pandemic known as the coronavirus definitely changed school as we know it. And it's caused us to embrace a new normal for doing things. Ms. Mitchell, can you help me understand what was it like bringing organization to an already chaotic situation, both for our school as well as at home with your
We started developing a plan prior to school getting out as the pandemic came about. As a leadership team, we began to meet, and through those meetings, we began to talk about steps we needed to make. But really, it took a while to prepare for something like this. It wasn't something that you could prepare for. All of our teachers were Google certified, and they also began to get incentives for Nearpod certification. And through their use of those two programs, it was instrumental in planning lessons for the virtual classrooms that we had. We did set up teams through the pandemic because it was a good platform that could be monitored by our district. So our teachers hopped on that. We also set up Class Dojo, Remind, Google Classroom. All those things were set up prior to the pandemic happening, which was under the leadership of our principal, Miss Wright. We also did a survey by the district that helped us to get information in reference to Chromebooks. That were needed by our students to attend classes. We also got information in reference to internet access and school options. Do you want to continue virtual learning, or would you like to come to school to learn? So all of that information was very, very important to us. We stayed in contact with our parents. We called them. Even though we had the district survey, our teachers reached out to every student in their classroom. We met virtually. As a faculty, just to pull our teachers together and introduce them to teams so that they could understand what they were expected to do. So, as the district rolled out things, as the state rolled out things for us to do, Ms. Wright and I got together with our leadership team and said, hey, we need to do this with our teachers too, so that they can have some leadership with their students. And it worked really well. The second part of the question was about me as a parent with my children and how did I prepare them. It was basically just making sure that they had accountability. I have teenagers, so, making sure that their work was done, making sure they had virtual meetings with their advisors to plan for next semester. So it was pretty smooth for me because my student, my children are older. But yeah, it was something that we did, and I'm proud of it. Thank you, Ms. Wright, for your leadership. It was really good.
Yeah, I will say I love the fact that you mentioned that even though there were district standards that you guys were required to do, you also took it a step further to reach out on your own accord to parents, to students, and even to your faculty, because we know that I am definitely a product of that. There was a time where it had become very difficult for me, and I got the call from you guys, and then boom, hit the ground running. So I want to thank you guys personally for that, because that's what separates the good from the great, is when you put the love in it, when you put the care. That's the finesse that everybody actually wants, but everybody isn't willing to take the time to do. So definitely thank you guys for that. I have one last question for you, and I'm going to leave this one to Miss Wright. What separates Park Forest Elementary Creative Sciences and Arts magnet schools from other magnet schools in East Baton Rouge Parish and beyond?
Wow, that's a loaded question.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there is so much that separates us from every other school in the district and in the state. I couldn't begin to tell you the number of awesome things we have going on at Park Forest Elementary. I'm excited about the teachers we have. I'm excited with the parents we have. I'm excited with the students that we have. One thing I can say is that, well, first I want to say what I miss the most. Can I say that first? Because I am just over the moon excited that I had a chance to see all of our children this week coming through the drive-thrus. But that wasn't enough for me, because as all of the students know, every morning I put myself on duty. So I spend my duty time at the front door welcoming every student. I choose to say good morning or buenos dias every morning about 350 to 400 times. And I choose to hug as many kids who would take a hug. And that's a lot of hugs I get every morning. So one of the things that I can say is that I truly miss the opportunity to hug the children every morning. Funny story, we were giving out packets after that first week. I volunteered with the district, and we were out at different schools giving out packets. And one of our students drove through to pick up packets and immediately jumped out of the car. And this was when everything was really new. So everybody was afraid to hug, was afraid to touch, was afraid for everything. And it was so hard for me to tell this little girl, please don't get out of the car. And everybody I was with was like, oh my gosh, she's getting out, she's getting out. And I was like, but that's my baby. I miss my hugs and she's missing the hugs. So that was just something that I know that I missed, and I'm sure some of them do too, because they were trying to hug us even when we were this week giving out stuff. So like Ms. Brooks said, we had to give virtual hugs to them. We're a great school. I could not be prouder of the teachers that I have, the administration team that I have. Everybody has stepped up and shown out. They just wanted to show us what they have. We actually kind of prepared even before we heard that we were getting out for what 6 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever they initially said. Our team had already started planning. We were watching the news, we were paying attention, and we knew something was coming down the pipeline. So we started maybe a week or two prior to us getting out, making plans and deciding what was going to happen. Teachers knew they had to have some printed work for students to take home. We knew that this was coming, so we were kind of getting ready for it anyway. It was a surprise, but it was a surprise that we were ready for. So, but that's the kind of leadership team that we have at Park Forest, the kind of teachers that we have at Park Forest, and the kind of kids we have, because many of them logged on. Many of them were online learning. We had parents sitting next to their children, learning with them, and that was like the most awesome thing for me to see. So all I can say is there's so many great things going on at Park Forest. I think Ms. Jones can even give a whole, what do you say, Ms. Jones? A big list of things we have that probably no other school has.
Oh, we do. We have a laundry list. That's what they usually call it. A laundry list of things. I always say at our school, in contrast to other schools, it's so often that you hear teachers say that they're missing out on resources at other schools, and that is, we're truly blessed at Park Forest because that is not the case. We have one-to-one Chromebooks for second through fifth grade students, and that is unheard of amongst other schools in the district. Even in one of our very own magnet classes, Ms. Gibbs, in your own classroom, you have guitars in your classroom, you have keyboards. We have magnet classes just filled with innovative resources that the students get to be a part of. We have aftercare and before care, tutoring after school. It's a laundry list of resources that our kids are benefiting from. And it's all because of our principals, our administrative team, our teachers, and our kids do not go without. So it's truly a blessing.
And one thing that I can say, Ms. Gibbs, is that I don't think any other school in the states can say that they have is a state-of-the-art music studio. It's like something you would find at any huge conglomerate of radio production company. We have that right at Park Forest Elementary, and we have used it, haven't we, Ms. Gibbs?
Yes, we have used it, and we are using it right now. Give it up for it. Oh my gosh. You know, that is true. These are the things that separate Park Forest Elementary from other schools, period, because usually you don't hear about an elementary school being provided these different opportunities, but also this many opportunities for learning. And the kids are using every single resource to become better. And so are our students and even our admin team. And I really appreciate being a part of the Pirate family because it's just an amazing journey for me, even as a new teacher.
And you have the Singing Pirates. Don't forget, we have the Singing Pirates.
Yes.
And what they performed at Judge Johnson's swearing in. So we have been trying to make a name for ourselves, and I think we have. We have a basketball team, a cheerleading team. So we have truly stepped out of the box to give our students as many opportunities, not just in the classroom, but outside of the classroom as well. So I'm just excited to be a part of this and a part of the change that Park Forest has made within the community. I think we have truly embodied what a true elementary school should look like and what it should feel like. And I think our students feel that way. And I know many of our parents do because they've come in and they've talked to me and they've told me how appreciative they are and how great they feel about what's going on at Park Forest.
I just wanted to add that in in regard to something special that we have, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the culture and the restorative practices that we used prior to all of this happening. Because under Ms. Wright's leadership, we were able to get our culture and our staff on board with us. And as this moved along, they moved with us. They tried to do everything that we asked of them. Everybody was a team player. And we always say one team on a mission. And I think everybody was on that mission to make sure that our students continue to learn. So hats off to you, Ms. Wright. That is something that makes our school stand out, that the restorative practices that we use and the culture of our school definitely was the number one thing that helped us to bring all of this together.
Thank you so much. I agree with that. She's right. We are a restorative practices school. Many people, they would say, I don't even know what that is. If not, I would look it up, because it really made our faculty, when we talk about one team on a mission, because our superintendent says one team, one mission. We changed it. We say one team on a mission, because at Park Forest, we're always on a mission to offer our students better and better and better. Well, when we brought in restorative practices on our campus, it allowed teachers to build relationships, not just with each other, but with their students, with their parents. And then it allowed us as a leadership team to build relationships with our teachers. So when we ask a teacher to do something, when we go in and say, hey, y'all, we need to make this work for our children, everybody was on board immediately. And it wasn't one of those, I don't want to do this or another thing my school is asking me to do. It's, I'm a part of this team. And we work together. And I'm so appreciative of the staff that we have, the leadership team that we have. You couldn't ask for better.
I want to thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to visit us here on the Pirate Ship. I know the kids will definitely appreciate seeing you guys and learning new things about what our school has to offer, the different things that we have in place to be able to jump back in the event that we have any resistance or unforeseen circumstances. Forgive me for that. So I definitely appreciate it, guys. You all are the best. Hats off to the admin team at Park Forest Elementary Creative Sciences and Arts Magnet. You guys have been great. Thank you again, and see you later. That's all for our show today, boys and girls. I really hope you enjoyed it. We got a chance to interview our Student of the Year, our former ambassadors, and we also got a chance to sit down with our principals and admin team. I hope you really got a lot from today's episode, and I hope that it made you smile just like you make me. Here's to the greatest summer anyone could have ever asked for. Bye-bye!
Pirates!